What's an awkward moment you still think about years later? Years ago, I worked security at an aquatic theme park. One afternoon, I was watching Jeopardy! In the employee entrance when one of the veterinarians walked in and stood beside me, watching for a bit. He told me he was a huge fan, watched it religiously, and had even passed the test to be a contestant. He was waiting to get selected and thought he had a decent shot since he'd heard the show liked to keep a diverse lineup, and it had been a while since they had a black contestant. A few days later, I happened to be walking by when I saw him leaving for the day. Thinking back to our conversation, I called out, "Hey, did you catch Jeopardy! Last week?" He looked confused. "No, why?" I grinned and said, "Well, there were two black guys on it." I expected a reaction, maybe excitement, maybe frustration that his odds were lower, but instead he just stared at me for way too long. Then, without saying a word, he turned around and walked off. That's when my brain connected the missing piece. That wasn't the same veterinarian I had spoken to before. I had just walked up to a completely different black coworker and excitedly told him, out of nowhere, that two black guys had been on Jeopardy! Like it was some kind of breaking news. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. To this day, I still cringe every time I think about it. I never even got the chance to explain. He just kept walking. I can only imagine what he thought was going through my head at that moment.